Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Climate Fanatic NAO weather discussion. So today's discussion is El Nino and record setting. So the sea surface temperatures within El Nino weekly surface temps taken within the El Nino region is now 3.1 degrees Celsius. That's about okay. That's 3.1. Yeah, that's 3.1 degrees Celsius. 3.1 degrees Celsius. That's 3.4 degrees above average compared to normal. NOAA's records show that this is the highest weekly values observed during any El Nino event ever recorded in the past. And when we're talking about recording in the past, we're talking about these current readings we talk about the current readings we have now beat the El Nino of 3.4 degrees Celsius departure from last week, but also beats the highest departure of 2.8 degrees Celsius recorded in late November in 1997. This recording happened during the record setting El Nino of 97-98. In other words, 2015 has just finished beating 97-98's record El Nino, which means 97-98 is now history, literally. So things to know is that the El Nino has strengthened 2 degrees since spring and summer, including into the fall. Now that it's reaching its maximum potential, which is projected to be 3.5 degrees Celsius, it is increasing by 1 degree each week, which means El Nino actually is reaching its maximum potential. NOAA is expecting this El Nino to reach its maximum potential by mid-December. Around there, after mid-December, it's going to start weakening gradually, not fast, but gradually. It might just hold its strength for a while and then begin to decrease gradually. And one thing I want to note is that the current the current temperature is 3.1 degrees Celsius and is projected to reach 3.5 degrees Celsius. It is almost there, but not yet. We have about, let's see, two, three, four. We have about 4 more degrees to go before it actually reaches maximum potential, before it actually starts to weaken. Now, El Nino has been pretty much taking its hold on the eastern parts of the country by sending like a rage and performing like a drought in the west, but that's about to change come December, where that drought will continue to persist in the western parts of California, but I'm expecting that just to start to dip slightly in the northeast. We're gonna have more like of a pattern that we had at the end of last winter when we had Winter Storm Mark, which was more like of a check kind of oriented polar jet stream. So basically, with that pattern setting up, it's going to start introducing more winter weather into the Northeast as we come into December. And there's been a lot of confusion as to this brand new system that has developed in the West that's called Winter Storm Kara, because they're saying that, okay, we're going to get rain, but it's going to warm up as this rain falls in the Northeast. Mind you, we're currently in the 40s, and the temperature in the GFS and European are actually kind of a disagreement what's going to happen. The European is pointing more of a colder scenario in the Northeast, but the GFS actually points more of a warmer scenario in the Northeast. But right now, we don't know what's going to happen. Right now, the only thing we know is that Winter Storm Kara is now in the west and it's going to move tonight into today, into tomorrow, into the western parts of the country. Will start as rain and will change over to winter remix and then into snow. Now, over the next few days, you're also going to see the snow build up in the eastern parts of Canada. So basically, the eastern parts of Canada pick up 3 times more snow compared to what the western part of Canada picked up. What took western part of Canada to actually get about 3 weeks, probably a month to get. It will take about a week to get in the eastern parts of Canada. A testament that Siberian snow has actually been on the increase, and so has been in Siberian cold fronts. So all those cold fronts are going to start making their way into the eastern part of the country. So you can have cold fronts coming down from the Pacific Northwest, from the plains, from the Midwest, even to the Northeast regions parts of the country. You might have a few clippers starting to come down from that particular region that they call the clipper systems, basically. So we have the Mauler, we have the Manitoba, we have the Manitoba, we have the Screamers as well. These are like the 3 different types of clipper systems we get, and these are going to start coming down along with the system and combining in the middle of the country with a southern branch system to actually make it to the northeast. So basically, we're going to start eating away at that range pretty rapidly as we get into the month of December, and as the sun cycle continues to decrease, it will only get colder. And as we go into January into February, especially February, the European and GFS shows a huge consensus and agreement that there will be a blocking pattern that will develop in the eastern parts of the region, regardless of El Nino year, because El Nino year will actually weaken as we head into February. It's actually going to be pretty weak by the time we head into February, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that Greenland block actually setting up, because that's what's happening right now. The GFS and European has been predicting this, and they're not actually deviating from it at all. So we might actually have not just a backloaded winter, but we also might have like an average start to winter, like say around the month of December, like in the 40s, and then by mid-December, we're probably gonna be in the 30s, and that's when the introduction of more winter like weather be introduced into the Northeast. So besides an average winter, we're gonna have more of a like backloaded winter as well, which might last into March, which is basically it's been the norm pretty much ever since 2009, 2010. Another thing I want to mention is that one way, if you've been in earth science class, they actually know, they actually give you, like, they teach you something, and they tell you, look at the, when your El Nino forms and it's about to reach its maximum potential, you gotta look at the edges of El Nino. The edges, like, they usually have, like, this white outlining in the outside. If they have that white lining in the outside, that means they're actually reaching its maximum potential. And then another thing I'd like to note is that the El Nino, as it's gotten warmer, has actually been progressing further out into the western central Pacific, but as it's strengthening. So basically, that means that the waves are actually kind of reversing, but it's also creating keen waves in California, and that's pretty interesting that that's actually happening. But to tell the truth, between the month of December, February, and February, they get these king waves, and it's so normal because they have something called king wave seasons, where you have these huge waves that are actually surfable, but dangerous to those who are untrained, of course. So thank you very much for listening to this video, and the next video will be about what our winter will be like, and probably interesting information about Noah that I'll be actually mentioning in that video as well. So have a great day. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, also comment, and please refrain from actually insulting people. For example, like using the word noob or F words and things like that, because I don't actually permit that type of language in my channel. And if you don't like that, you can actually go to somebody else's channel where they're not curse words, although I highly doubt you find a channel where talks about whether they're allowed to actually use these words. But thank you for watching my channel, and I will continue to keep an eye on El Nino and see how far this actually makes it in strength. Because remember, these are just modeled forecasts, so anything can change at any point. It can actually, like, decrease overnight, or it could just, like, increase even more. So now they're looking at the Nino point 4 region. So have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe and comment as well. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Google+.